What's going on, everybody? Khaden, thanks for being here with us today. Tell us who you are, who you coach, and where you're from.
Awesome. Yes. First of all, thank you. Thank you, Mike. So I'm Khaden. I specialize in helping 40 plus age professionals permanently transform their body and their health. 90+% of our clients are typically women. I'm a Canadian, so I'm from Canada. I'm from the least known province, so New Brunswick, and I actually grew up in a small farm town, I guess, Sussex.
Knowing that, small as farm town, how did you get into online coaching?
Yeah, that's funny that you say it, because it was not even a thing, right? What my family's all about is more so like working with your hands, welding. That's kind of the path they try to push me on.
Yeah.
My mind got opened up to this stuff when I realized that you could make money online, and that was even a possibility. And then I found that you could do it through health and fitness and helping people, and that was like, boom. That's what dove me in, I guess, all the way.
How long have you been doing online coaching now for people watching in?
I've been building Coach here specifically since I was 19, so 2019 or so, somewhere around there.
So that'll be about 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Amazing. In today's training, we're going to share for other six-figure coaches how you took the jump to what? Tell us what's happened in your business in the last 6 to 9 months.
Yeah. So we've been able to jump in the last 12 months. Before we were consistently at anywhere between 20 to 30K a month and couldn't break through that permanently. And now so far we've hit 60K in January, I believe it was, and then close to about 50K in February as well. So we've really been able to transform everything.
Bring us back to 12 months ago, before we started working together, before we started installing some of these systems. You had a good business, but what were you feeling stuck and stressed about?
Yeah. So 12 months ago, rewinding back the start of January or start of 2024, we'll say, like you said, like it was decently well. We were bringing in decent numbers and everything, but the problem was the profitability, because we were so focused on ads and shout outs. So like so much of like all the money coming in would put all the way back into shout outs. And again, it was a survivable system, but it wasn't one that you're going to thrive off of, like mentally and how you feel about what you're doing. It was very rough. So it was, we could say like unstable in a way where it was. Yeah.
I want to make sure I know the numbers correctly, and I want you to obviously validate them. You were doing around 20K a month on average at that time?
Yeah, anywhere between 20 to 30. So we'll say, yeah, 20, 25K a month.
And so while that sounds exciting, what were you spending on marketing and ads at that time a year ago?
So I was spending around anywhere between 5 to 8K a month on advertising alone.
And so what did that feel like for your profit? And what did that feel like as far as like the sustainability of your business long term?
So there was actually many months, if not, I would say year, where I would almost work for free. Like my team would get paid way more than me and I wouldn't make anything. And I'm just like floating. So I'm like working all the time and there was no like actual money coming from it. So it was very stressful, as you can imagine. Yeah.
Why did you keep going down that path? Like if you were to bring yourself back 24 months ago, why were you convinced that that was the way you had to keep growing your business though, which for the audience listening in, and you're spending 5 to 8K a month on ads and shout outs and things like that. Why did you feel like trapped or stuck, or like, why did you continue down that path at that time, even though you were sometimes working for free?
I think it was like, well, number one, I knew like, so I would invest in the coaching programs before, and I was taught the shout out path.
Yeah.
And that completely started dying down late 2023, 2024. It really started changing. And I was just so focused on like, if I just keep working hard and putting in all the hours, I will figure it out somehow. And just like the drive in me, I guess, was refusing to give up. So I knew that if I kept going, I'd find a way. It's just my mind was so narrowed on like ads, and I was so lost at that time, and I didn't really know what else to do.
I've heard that, Khaden, called sunk cost fallacy. I've already been trying this so long. I have to just keep pushing forward to figure it out. Sunk cost being like, I can't lose out on what I've already been working on. And it stops us from pivoting to the thing that might actually be the thing for us, which is why you called it like you were so narrow minded to just ads, ads, ads. So now hearing you say that, what I'm actually curious to ask this. What were your beliefs at that time about the ability to grow a high six-figure coaching business via organic then? If you were so narrow-minded to like shout outs, what was your belief 2 years ago then about what was possible through organic?
Yeah, it's crazy because I never even thought about organic. Like as soon as I hit my first 10K month, that was the last organic I've ever done. And that was years and years ago. And then after that, it's been all paid ads and shout outs and just growing based off that. And back in 2021, well, I started them around 2022, I'd say. And moving forward, it worked out so good. It was so easy. So I never really dove into like organic and stuff like that much. And then I never even thought about at the point where I was at, I didn't like when back in like before, I think it was like May or so, like early 2024, I was just in such a lost place. Like I was so stuck, so frustrated because I was like, I don't know what to do anymore. Ads and shows aren't even working. And I didn't really believe in organic. I didn't think that I could get my organic to be where I was at through paid shoutouts. Like I didn't even cross my mind. I didn't even like there was a blockage. I didn't even believe in it, I guess.
It sounds like I might be like asking you because I'm fishing for something, or maybe we premeditated this. I'm actually asking because I genuinely don't know. Um, you didn't believe in organic because you probably believed what? Like you had to do what, or what I tried in the past would only get me to 10K a month. Like, why didn't you believe in organic based on what you knew 2 years ago?
I believe that you need like a massive, massive audience. And yeah, I do have a decent sized audience, but mine was like a lot of my followers came from the shout outs and stuff. So I didn't get to organically build a genuine connection with them throughout time. So I was really worried of like, okay, if you want to do organic, you need a big, big audience and you need a good connection. And that's not me. Like I'm a younger guy and I coach women and stuff, and shout outs was my way. So I just didn't really believe that it would work for me because I had these ideas in my mind that it would work some other way, I guess.
Yeah. So good. So good. And so what attracted you to our system and our model last summer? So 6, 9 months ago now.
Yeah.
What was attractive about how we built businesses? And then we'll start to teach people exactly what to do if they want to take that same jump from 20 to 60. But what was attractive to what you saw?
So it was like that perfect timing moment. So I've had probably 4, maybe more mentors before joining you. And I was at a place where I was so stuck and frustrated because I was like, I tried even a different model on the business and stuff. It ended up breaking down. Shoutouts weren't working. We were just pouring out all this money and like, I didn't know what to do. And then you had a post that spoke directly to me. And I was so desperate because I'm unwilling to give up. So I was so desperate. And I was just like, I knew I needed help. And then that spoke to me so well that I was like, okay, like I've been watching you for probably 3+ years maybe, and seeing you do it. So I just took that first step forward because your post directly was for me. And yeah.
As we break down for everybody who's watching today, like in training format, how they could do these same things based on your story, before we do that, so people can listen and go, okay, this might be something worth listening to, convince me or convince the person listening why to not build a business long-term anymore that is so reliant on just marketing leads, marketing leads, marketing leads, and why to build a business that is more well-rounded, organic and paid, retention and systems. Convince the listener if they really want to build a business to the next level, 50 to 100K, but also do it in a way that's more profitable and more sustainable. Convince me or convince the listener why not to do it one way, and now why to consider building the business with a more well-rounded system. Tell me that. Tell me that.
If the number one thing I'm thinking of is stability. If you want stability and you want like a predictable business every single month, like I don't worry anymore. And it's crazy. Like I don't worry if things are going to work out or not going to work. I know they're going to work out because of the systems I built and like the organic system I built and client retention, and everything. Like it's so safe and structured, and it feels like you're running a real business and you're not just putting money into ads or shout outs or whatever and just hoping it's going to work. Because if that system breaks down, what do you like? If you want a real long-term business, right, you want to treat it like that way. So that stability, that's the number one thing.
So often I talk to coaches, and I was this coach when I got to 40K a month. We think we just want more leads when really we want more profit. We think we want more engagement when really what we really want is more revenue, or we want more freedom or more consistency or more stability. And I think if six-figure coaches could realize that shift of, yes, I want more leads, but what I really want is more freedom, more peace, more stability, they'll then think differently about what they actually need to grow their business. And that's what we're about to unpack for people. Khaden, anything else you want to say to that before we start doing some of the training?
No, that's what you said is spot on. Like you've completely transformed the way I think about things when it comes to that. So that's perfect.
So right before we went live, I said, if you had time to then teach other six-figure coaches that are already doing 10 to 30K, 10 to 50K a month, how to make the jump like you did from 20 to 50, 60K months this year, I asked you to break down 3 to 5 bullet points of what you'd want to train on. I jotted them down so to keep us organized, but what's the first thing you would want to train another six-figure coach who is in the same shoes as you? What would they need to hear? What would you want to train them on? What would you want to teach them?
I would say the first thing is making sure you really dial in your program client fulfillment and the retention, the roadmap system, but not just like, like just slightly doing it, lightly doing it, like all in, make it super serious, 100% believe in it, make it very, very powerful, super clean roadmap and client fulfillment system. Once you get that piece out of the way, the second piece is then like the nurturing and the like getting the actual clients. I think somewhere it shows, a study show that like takes 7 touch points to get a sale, right? And with shout outs and ads, it was the buy or die mindset we talked about. Like they come in and you would get like 100 plus people and you get one of them, you sign them up in a small, tiny, maybe a bit of profit. But now if you do it, like if you nurture them and you treat your people right, and like who are still not clients, but you nurture your leads, you put the content out, you nurture them and have a system in place for that. And that constant communication with them and building that trust, eventually they're going to hit that pain point and they're going to come to you for that help. And it's going to be perfect divine timing. So I would say the nurturing, the lead generation, like the call to actions, like getting very crystal clear on that is the second one. And third one I would say is your mindset as well. Yeah, definitely the right mindset. The one thing I love about just mentorship and everything in this journey is when you have someone who already knows the next steps ahead of you and you have the confidence and self-belief, the journey becomes so much easier. Like, I come to you, I just message you like, hey, this is where I'm at, this is where I want to go. And you just like, you celebrate and then you just boom, boom, boom. Perfect.
I love the questions you ask. And I want to acknowledge you for being the type of student that you are, to trust in the process. And I'm thinking of a Voxer you sent just last week. Mike, if you now got to 50K, knowing what you know, what would you tell me to focus on? But that's undervalued, because not everybody is as coachable as you are. A lot of people think they know the answer. They think they know what they need to do, when the truth is we oftentimes don't know what we don't know, because we've never been to where we're trying to get to yet. And that is the value of mentorship and everything like that. So here's what I heard: client fulfillment, an actual organic lead gen, nurture, conversion system, and the right mindset. Let's now train people on each of those points a little bit. So you said, and not just like dabble in fulfillment. So if somebody was to install the same type of fulfillment and retention systems that you know now how to do, tell somebody what they would do in step-by-step order. Like, here's what Mike helped me do, or here's what I ended up installing with Mike's trainings. Like, what would you tell them to do in like step-by-step order if they wanted to increase their fulfillment in a way that leads to increased retention and do it in a way that's more leveraged with freedom? Break it down step-by-step for someone.
Okay, that's good. So the client fulfillment, I would say it starts before the client signs up. This is something like, I'm just going to act like the way you kind of taught me and how I put this, because for those who don't know, I completely changed my business model when I came to work with you.
Yeah.
So what I would say to do is it starts before the client signs up, and that is the Harvard effect mindset. Making this as that top premium thing, a special thing, and where they have to apply to join you. So changing the psychology behind it. And then getting them to go through the application form and the proper steps, because not only is that getting them primed to sign up, but also you're getting the right people in your ecosystem, which helps that community, right? Because I mean, you do it so perfectly. Like, the community is so strong, you never want to leave. It's just so perfect.
Yeah.
So you bring them in, and you have to prime them properly, and then make sure you filter out the bad one or the ones who are just not a fit yet. And then that's already setting you up for major success. Then when they come in, I would say, like, what I always repeats in my mind is show like where their care, like, this is where you're at, this is where we're going, and we genuinely care about you. And when you show your clients that, like my number one thing with my coaches, myself, is that you have to show the clients that you actually care so much. You care more about them winning than they care about them winning, because they have that trust, that respect, and you give them the results, they will believe in you so much. Walking them through the roadmap and keeping them long term becomes so easy. So you really maybe get extremely specific, I guess, because everyone else talks about retention and stuff like that, but they don't really play it as big, right? It's always about getting the new client in. That's going to burn out soon enough. Yeah. So you got to know how to really dial in, get your retention perfected. This is how you do it. You build the actual roadmap. You want to actually have a process for your clients that works, that you're confident, that you believe, that genuinely works for your niche. And then once you 100% believe in that, and you're confident, and you get them the results, and then you plant the seeds of salvation. So you plant the seeds as they're going, so psychology is a part of it too. And then you get them primed for those next phases. And it's just a celebration process the whole way. You're there with the client, they know you genuinely care, and you're just walking them through the entire process. So that would be the first part. That makes sense. That'd be the first part there. Did that, was that enough? Or do you want me to
tell me this. So someone's like, okay, I'm hearing it. Retention starts early, plant seeds to salvation. But I'm guessing when you shifted your whole model from just front-end clients, was there ever a time where you were like, but what would people even buy next? Why would they even stay and pay again? Did you ever have that type of belief? And if not, that's okay.
Yeah. So my type of belief was always focused on the next client. And it was a terrible belief. It was a terrible mindset. And I'll admit, even my client results suffered in the past for it. Now the results are like a complete 180. Yeah. So that's, I guess that was always my mindset of just get the next client. And if you want to stay, I'll re-sign you to this next program. But it was they didn't know where they're going with it. Right. So there was no real structure to it.
Love that. And in our world, we call that the effortless ascension roadmap, right? We help you build out a long-term vision for clients in a way they're excited to stay, and it builds a base of high ticket monthly recurring revenue, which is why you said now the business feels so much more predictable. The business feels so much more stable, and not like you're going to burn out tomorrow.
Yeah. Spot on.
Let's go to the next thing. So when you first came in, you didn't just optimize retention right away. You shifted from all ads to okay, can organic really work for me? So go back to your first 30 days with us. Some people might hear you saying, I changed the whole model. And so you maybe would assume it took 5 months to see any results. How quickly did you start seeing results from the upgraded organic lead gen, lead nurture, conversion process? How quickly, as you made those changes, did you start to see results?
So I came in, and let's say at that time I was probably doing around 20K, because I changed my business model in February to test something out. Didn't work. Went back into the ads and stuff. And then when I came in June, I was able to completely change everything and hit 20K in just 30 days. In just the 30 days, we changed everything over, the processes and stuff, and just went all in and got right back up to 20K, which blew my mind, because I was taking such a massive leap forward, because I was my system's not working. I'm burning down, and I don't really know where to go with this. We're stuck. We're going to jump all in, do this here, and build this new system. And yeah, in the first 30 days, and it was all about just changing the way we message our audience and building that nurturing process, playing the longer game, trusting that that process is going to work out. And then, like I said, that helped me kind of change the first piece. So we'll say the first half before the retention came in. And yeah, in the first 30 days, we got right back up to 20K.
And were you spending anything on ads at that point?
And that, yeah, I didn't even think of that. I didn't spend any dollars. So that's 5 to 8K on ads before, and I didn't spend any dollars on advertising.
I remember your voice note or message to me after that first month or two, and you're like, it's the same sales number, but I have so much more money now, or I have so much more profit now, or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's crazy to think about. Good.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say just so much more healthier feeling. It's good.
Yes. So walk somebody through that first 30 days. Here, let's make this super micro. So what changed about your content? Like you believed organic content was this, but you actually realized it was this. And as long as you did this, you got results. What did you learn about organic lead generation from us?
Systems. When I say systems, as in like there's a specific way to do it to get the best results. So you have to just get better. Like you just can't put it out. You got to get better and specific with it. So like the story call to actions, really producing the right ones. That's something we jumped in like quite fast on. And when I start doing those, it just helped me get more and more leads in. And changing our messaging process with the leads, GPS. So really dialing that in and just changing that messaging process. And sorry, what was the question again?
Let's just start with just the lead gen part. What changed about your organic content creation? So I heard you say systems, CTAs, clear about your message, and actually like having a process with that. Anything else about content creation that generated leads that you learned?
Yes. Before it was all over the place. Maybe one day I'll post, next day I won't post. But you guys got me to be like, again, treat it like a real business where it's like every day, this is how many times a day. These are like the styles. So you're going to make a value-based one. You're going to make a call to action one. You're going to make one that might go viral. Yes. And then with the other coaches in the program too, seeing what blows up for them, it just helps to make it better and better. So really building in those content pillars that works with your audience, and having certain areas of focus, like really getting specific and just overall leveling it up and not just kind of putting a post out there. Like there's so many ways to connect with the audience or to get the value or to get the followers. So yeah, content pillars were super huge.
Amazing. So content pillars. How long after you joined did you do your first content conversion campaign, like the done for you campaigns that we have?
Yeah, I actually waited for a while, and now I've done up to I think I've done 2 so far. I don't know why my memory is a little lost right now, but I think I've done 2 so far, and it took me. I think I didn't do one until about maybe a few months in or so, and then I did one.
And then what have you learned about using them once you started using them?
It's I really like I like it because it helps you just get more clients in faster. And it's just again, it makes it feel more like a real business, more structure. Again, consistent, predictable, like very helpful.
Now let's break down. So that's the content. What changed in the DMs? Because I think most people, if they're already at 10 to 30K a month, they're like, I'm already doing DMs. But what did you improve about the actual system of how you do DMs specifically that led to booking more calls and led to booking more quality calls? You talked earlier about like it wasn't buy or die mentality anymore. What changed then?
Yeah. What was it they say? It's like the mind, the heart of a hunter. Heart of a hunter, mind of a farmer. Yeah. That was the switch. Instead of buy or die, like I'm coming for that hot lead and I'm only chasing the hot ones and the cold and the mediums can go away. It's everyone has a place and I got to read them where they're at and then just play that long game and learning how to read where someone's at along the journey of cold, warm, or cold, warm, hot. That changed everything, right? Because, there's no sense of me getting that. They're not even in the buy-in pocket to want help. So there's no sense of offering the help. Better
Yeah.
just nurture them and play the longer game. So that part there, switching that over, that was a massive like helpful difference.
And I actually don't know the data. Has that changed or increased the number of calls you're booking per month on average this year by starting to do that?
I haven't compared the two, but what I do know is like our booking our calls is it's very consistent.
Actually consistent. Okay, third piece to generating new clients. So you now know content, you've improved the way you do Messenger. Did anything change about your sales process when you came into our system and model?
Yeah. We have a setter now. So I bought back a lot of my time. Before I was only doing the one call close. Now we have a setter process in place. And I actually just got off a meeting with Darius, my coach in your program, and he shared with me some really exciting things that I'm going to be working on moving forward. But that's how we changed it. So we had before it was application, 1 hour call, buy or die. Now
Buy or die.
now it's is they apply for help. So they have the qualification call, the first 15-minute, and then that filters them out if they're not ready yet. They go back in the nurturing section. And if not, they get pushed through for the next call with me. And then that would be the sign up call there.
Amazing. What has that done for your confidence and the ability to enroll new clients?
Well, my closing percentage have gone up quite consistently well. And my confidence in enrolling the clients on this, it feels good because I'm filtering out the ones who are not ready yet. And everybody knows how much it sucks to hop on a call with someone who is just not a fit at all. There's no matter what you do, you're not signing them up. And you go for an hour and they don't do it, right? So you get a lot less of that. That's for sure.
Nothing is more draining than taking a whole hour of your day for the client to not even show.
Yeah.
Or you go through the whole sales process and they're not interested, or you're starting to do all the objection handling and you're like, this isn't going anywhere anyways. It's exhausting. And so I wanted to always build a whole enrollment model that more and more clients are showing up ready to buy already. Yeah. And that's probably what you've noticed.
100%. Yeah, it's perfect.
So you hit home on why it was important to have a retention model. You hit home on how we've improved your front-end sales process. You said the third and final piece that put this all together was a shift in your mindset, trusting the process. You talked a little bit about the power of this community. So if someone was listening in here, I think we all know the importance of mindset, but explain to somebody why you said that was one of the three big pillars.
Yeah, I could go all day on this because I can't tell you how much my mindset has changed since being here. And even since November when we had our client retreat, like that was unbelievable for my mindset. That changed everything. But I guess how would I put this? Like before I was acting and performing from a constant stress and lack state and overwhelm. And now it is more of an abundant trust and allowing things to unfold the way they're supposed to unfold. And part of that was, and I think you probably, like, I know Darius would definitely see it too, is like, I'm always wondering like, okay, just tell me how I get there. Tell me how I get there. And you guys would tell me. But I was like, I don't know, I was lacking that trust or that patience, allowing things to unfold. But now it's just like, it's all just happening. Like it's just happening. I'm just showing up and I'm just keeping my spirits high and just focusing on what I love to do most. And it's just been a complete game changer for me.
I don't ask this next question, then we'll start to land the plane from there. I don't ask this next question from a place of good or bad or throwing rocks, just to be clear, but I think it's worth noting. You had been in 2, 3, 4 different mentorships for Fit Pros and everything like that. And a lot of it was really good. You have many positive things to say. And a lot of those mentorships are really good at helping someone get to 10 to 20K a month. So not from a place of good or bad or better. What has just been different about what you've experienced at Champ Dev that was more exactly what you needed to make the jump from 20K to 50K? Tell us about that.
Yeah, good question. I would say what I needed was to learn, like, so again, the other programs were amazing and they all helped in different ways. But this one has really helped me like extremely dial in the stability and building an actual predictable business, something you can truly grow off of. Like the others might have helped you put up the walls of the house, but if you don't have the foundation, right, the foundation's needed to really grow, and you help like build that foundation and then build the walls after, like really build that so strongly. So that's a massive piece of it, is like that, that stability, that structure in the business. And the second piece, funny enough, is the way that you bring the community together, because I didn't think community was as powerful as, I didn't think it was as needed as much, but it's crazy. Like the community that you built, and be able to connect with you guys every single week and on the chats and learning from each other and seeing what the other top coaches are going through, and like meeting in person. When we went to Hawaii and we did that retreat there, and I was learning from Kevin and Jen and them, I was like, that's where I really sparked the idea of like I'm not taking retention seriously. Like I gotta really get this dialed in, follow the systems that you're teaching, because like they're doing so great off of the retentionary thing, and I'm not even doing it. So that community aspect, that team aspect as well, everyone helping each other out and just being with each other, that's another huge piece as well.
I appreciate you sharing that last piece, because community, as you know, but maybe others wouldn't, is arguably the thing I take the most pride in about what we create. The systems are amazing. The strategies work. The coaching is top notch, but I think there's power in community. Community is currency when you have the right types of people that want to contribute. And I think for fit pros and nutrition and health coaches as well, sometimes we end up in business coaching models, but then there's other business coaches, there's career coaches and sex coaches and this, that, and the other. But there's something to also be said about like learning from other coaches in the exact niche or industry that you're in, doing 50 to 100 to 200K, 300K a month, right? There's something powerful about that as well. So I appreciate you pointing that out. I guess my last two questions are the following. If someone was listening in and they were like, I don't know if I can make the, but will it work for me, right? Is this really the right place for me? What would you say to them?
I would say is like for anyone at any level, honestly, like this is the right fit. Like it's just so beyond helpful, because you meet your clients at every stage of where they're at and help them develop it. And you have the proof in the pudding. Your clients have the proof, and the proof is there. At the end of the day, like I'm in my younger 20s and doing this stuff, and it's like everyone can do it. You just have to believe in yourself, know that you're worth it, want it, and just jump in. Like stop overthinking about it. Just do it. Like you want to help people, and they invest in you. Invest in yourself and get that help and that guidance in the journey. Just like I will never stop getting mentorship and coaching, because it's so powerful. So that's what I would say is just like, just have that trust, take that step forward for your dream, and just do it.
I do have to ask a follow-up question to that answer, and then we'll ask the last question. You said something about us as we do meet every client where they're at. And I talk to coaches on a regular basis that were just burned by another coach or burned by a mastermind because they said it was going to be custom, or they said it was going to be personalized, and then it was just not. Can you explain to somebody how you have felt like this was very custom to you, how you've had personalized support? It wasn't just a bunch of group calls. Can you explain to someone who might not actually believe that we really do customize and personalize, how that has been for you?
Yeah. So I'll just say this, like just as soon as when I joined, the amount of professionalism that you guys put out there with the walking me through the presentations, where we're going, what we're doing, everything, like the amount of professionalism was a first like huge piece for me. It was like, wow, this is a whole different level. Like this is a whole different level. And that was just that first piece made my business way better, because you showed me a different lens of like how much better it can be. And then also like I have so much access, like the coaching calls, I have consistent calls with my own personal coach. And just depends on what level you have different access, but like it's always there, and the community is always there, and the classes are always there. Like everyone just wants everyone to win, and you just got to want for yourself. And then,
My final question that I always ask people is what is still in your heart or in your mind that I didn't ask you to share that you just feel called to wrap us up with?
I would say just thank you so much. Seriously, thank you beyond measures. This was exactly what I needed. And I'm truly confident that like any coach, if you're at, 5K, if you're at 100 plus K, like you and what you've built, you have something that can help them.
Yeah.
And if you're looking as well, and if you're looking for a community who also wants to win, who's entrepreneurs, who had a high level, because that's sometimes when you're first building, these are like what they always say in the motivational stories are like the lonely phases.
Yeah.
You bring that community, like you bring an actual sense of family and community. And that is, I can't get over how strong of a piece that is as well. So yeah, that's my last words, I guess. Thank you.
Khaden, thank you for taking the time. I never take it lightly that someone is willing to hop on and share their journey, share their story in a way that gives back to others. So I know I get to see you in exactly a week at our event, Champ Dev Live in Austin. So it won't be too long, but thank you. And I'll see you in a couple days.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mike. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Khaden. Have a great week.
You too.